Alrighty, I'm just going to show kind of a review of the surface mount stuff we were looking at. First of all, the parts themselves are always in these strips, and you have to peel the upper cover off of these, like so, exposing them. Be careful when you're peeling. As we always say, these things have wings, and once they fly, they're frequently also invisible. So this here is the pick and stick we were talking about last week. And again, this is something from the dental industry they use for manipulating things like veneers and orthodontia brackets, anything really small. And they use them to place them. It's just an easy way to get them out of the package here. And you kind of learn how to manipulate them. I got one that came out upside down, but here, so I got four of these out here. So that's the pick and stick. And then I also have my tiny tweezers, which you saw I used to peel it open. And like I said, I tend to use, just for manipulation and holding things down, the end of this X-Acto blade, which isn't completely pointy. So the trick is to place these, but first we're going to get a little solder on these pads. So, and again, as I was showing everybody, I prefer to use a flux pen for this part. And you just draw on your pads. Now, if we were gluing down something like an integrated circuit, something just with little tiny feet, it's not such a big deal. You can actually get it to stick to that little amount of solder that you see on this kind of board. But in this case, no. So what we're going to do is we're going to move these into place. So we're ready to slide them over, and we'll tin the first two pads with some solder. Using the wedge tip again here. So we just want enough on two of the pads here to get this to stick. Just a little blister of solder. Now, we're going to move these in place. And you, like I said, you can do this. You can do it with your fingers, however you see fit. You can work with two hands too and use the pick and stick. I've done that as well when I have a stubborn one. And then we're going to put our soldering iron back in our little blister of solder here. And melt it to where this resistor, keep knocking this one out of place. Until it sticks for us. I think I'm going to do a two-hander here and kind of move this one while I'm melting it. Still not really happy with that. Okay. Now if we look at the other side of this, we can just drop some solder in place. I know one isn't as straight as I like it, but it's still going to conduct fine. We got a lot of pad here to work with. So when you get into the really tiny ones is when this gets tricky. And to tell you the truth, I'm not sure if my hands are steady enough anymore for it, but we're going to find out as we get into some other projects this year. Flow enough to get it all over the pad and the end of the resistor. Now this one we don't have as much pad exposed as I would like, but yeah. I'm going to do a little tip clean here real quick. There we go. Okay, a little pause. Actually, we'll end this segment.